Hi, I'm back. I've got another Obama video to share with you. This one I received on April 20th, 2021. This one's about Michelle and Barack Obama. So there were two groups of people in a meeting. The first group may have been in the congressional chambers or an auditorium. They were making an official disclosure that Barack Obama had been diagnosed with AIDS. The second group sat around a rectangular conference room table. Two men sat at the head of the table, and I sat at the opposite end, able to hear all that was going on. To my right were a few people, and past them was Barak and Michelle / Michael. To my left were several black women with their heads down, completely focused on eating spaghetti. Past them were a few more men. One of these men assumed a pastoral role, and he spoke to Barak and Michelle. I don't recall every word, but I felt confident that he was speaking about Jesus, Yeshua, and repentance. He ended his long monologue stating that Barak would have to walk out this disease situation. I didn't hear anything about prayer and supernatural healing. It felt more like a, be strong and endure kind of a message. All the while, Obama sat very stone-faced, saying nothing, and Michelle dabbed at his eyes with a gray tissue or handkerchief and was making pitiful comments. The one that stood out to me was, he said, he, meaning Barack Obama, he just told me what is going to happen to me. That's what Michelle Michael said. I wasn't sure what that meant, but I wondered if he was going to be put out on the street. And would that mean he had to fend for himself with no official role and no Secret Service protection? So I have some notes to go over. But first, to follow up with my previous video about Barack Obama coming out of the closet and marching in a pride parade, I want to clarify again that I do not hate anyone living an alternate lifestyle. The reason why this dream and the previous one should be of concern to all of us has very little to do with alternate lifestyles. Actually has nothing to do with alternate lifestyles. It has more to do with the deception and lies propagated by the former first couple. If they would lie about Michael's gender and their supposedly biological daughters, then what else have they been lying about? How many hundreds, if not thousands of people are in on this charade? Is no one speaking out because they fear the same fate as that of the Obama's personal chef? So in the dream, I sense that the women eating spaghetti represent the black church or the black community that has been dining at the government's table, basically consuming the lies being generated. And they're trusting that this administration was going to be good for them. Their heads being down may indicate that they are still under government repression, although they may not realize that yet. The spaghetti is a favorite dish in our nation, but it has basically little no nutritional value. And I think this points to the fact that the black community benefited very little from the Obama administration. The promises all sounded really good on the surface, but in the end, it was just a bunch of empty calories. Candace Owens, a brilliantly articulate black patriot whose book, Blackout, I thoroughly enjoyed reading. You all should read that book. It's really good. She would probably agree with this assessment. And as I noted in my dream, I'm very concerned about how the truth about the Obamas will affect the black community and the black church, because Barack Obama put himself out there as a Christian. Was that a lie too? Is he really a Muslim, as the conspiracy theorists have perceived? Okay, the AIDS diagnosis in the dream most likely points to the fact that Barack Obama is a very sick man, spiritually and ethically. I mean, yeah, it could come out that there is a real AIDS diagnosis, but I think it has to do with his character. I appreciate that there was a leader in the dream who was willing to present the gospel and try to lead the Obamas to repentance, although I'm not sure Barack Obama would ever be interested in that. And it's also interesting that this pastoral voice wanted to encourage Obama as he faced the difficult road that lies ahead of him. Apparently there'll be no supernatural deliverance from the consequences of Barack Obama's choices based on the omission of any miracle healing prayers in this dream. It'll be interesting to see what he ends up doing with Michael and Michelle. So does being put out on the street allude to being appointed to the presidency somehow? I don't know. We'll have to watch to see what happens next. So in the meantime, let's just keep praying for truth to prevail. And again, your feedback is always welcome. I'll be back soon.